What's happening? We back with another video. Got my main man here. I ain't gonna say his name because, you know, we don't do all of that. And today we talking about life undesignated. So he can tell you first-hand experience. He was undesignated, but now as you see he's not. He got them crows. So how long did it take for you to get a rate?
It actually took me 2 years.
2 years. So that's basically, I wouldn't say 2 years of wasting your time, but it's like
it's 2 years of wasting your time. Unless you know exactly what you're going to do, or if you get put in the rate that you want to do, it's kind of wasting your time.
When you got a rate, you felt like you had to like start over, like you just start from scratch.
So in your 2 years, or in your time as being undead, what you want to do is you want to, so you don't feel like you're starting all over, you want to start working on depending on your squads and your ship, you want to start working on your ship calls. So basically DC, stuff like that, so that way when you do get a rate, there's not much that you have to do, but you do have to get qualified in that rate now. So instead of doing the whole qualification over, you're just doing your rating qualification. So
years to get a rate, get your quals, because I mean we don't got patches on right now, but he got air warfare and surface warfare pins. So we ain't just talking any old third class here.
And a week from getting my IW pins.
All right, let me get into my opinions so far. Just getting to the ship so far, being undesignated, I don't like it too much, just because I feel stagnant. Like it's really hard to make progress except for its qualifications. But it's not like I can start thinking about a rate, but when you're on board a ship, you have to usually wait 12 months before you can strike. And it's also 12 months before you can get like tuition assistance and stuff like that. So I can't even start on like college or any of that. So right now, this 12 months is really just me just being here doing whatever they want me to do. Like in A school, they try to give you APAC belt buckles. I'm not buying the APAC belt buckle.
There was no APAC belt buckle when I was in A school, so like that's a new thing.
And then, you know, when I was in A school, we got taught everything about the flight deck. Flight deck this, flight deck that. But when I got to the ship, I got switched over to a maintenance division, so I'm not even on the flight deck. So everything that I learned in A school it has nothing to do with what I do now. And everybody in my workshop is pretty much TAD, which is what is it, temporary assigned duty?
Temporary assigned duty.
So like in this shop we have like ATs, AEs, ADs, ASs, stuff like that. But they're not doing what they usually do in their rate. So while they're here on TAD, it's like they're not making progress in their rate. You're basically fulfilling whatever the ship needs. So take it how you want it. But being TAD sucks sometimes. And I've never been TAD, but I can just see how it is. TAD can suck, or it can either
it can benefit you and it can suck. Being TAD, usually when you go TAD, you go in TAD to the trash, to the scullery, to the mess decks, somewhere where the CSs are at, where they need extra help and stuff like that. So if you're TAD down like the mess decks, it can benefit you because you're seeing thousands of people who, depending on what kind of ship you're on. For us, we're on a big ship, so a big ship, so you can meet thousands of people. That's new friends, new ways to help you out throughout the ship and stuff like that. So
connections is key.
I don't want to say the more friends you have, but the more, it's better to get to know people in the ship because it makes deployments go by better instead of having long drowsy days where you just feel like there's no one there for you, no one to help you and stuff like that. So get to know as many people as you can, have a lot of friends and stuff like that.
And he's gonna give you some lasting things about being undesignated, and I guess like tips on whether, right now if you're not in yet and you want to know if that's the job they offered, if it's a good idea or if it's not, or anything like that. I guess he can just give you some lasting advice on being undesignated.
So I'm gonna start from the beginning. When I first joined, I talked to my recruiter. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, nothing like that. I knew for a fact I didn't want to be a ABH rating, so like ABH, ABF, ABE. So I already knew off the bat, like I did research on that I didn't want to be that. So I was told, yeah, be APAC. You can choose any job you want. So I'm like, hearing that, talking about you can go to this job, depending on if you like it. Now I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So I'm gonna forward over to when I first got to the ship. So when I first got to the ship, I was in the ABE division, knowing that I didn't already want to be in that division. So I was in the ABE division for about a month, a little less than a month, and I got switched. I had some college credits and stuff like that, so I got switched to another division. Still in the ABE, ABH rating that I didn't want to be in, but I still got switched. So I got switched to ABH. Now, from the ABH rating, the reason I went to ABH is because I was supposed to go to Crash and Salvage. With my chain of command at the time, things didn't work out, so I ended up being a blue shirt. So people that walk chalks and tie down planes and stuff like that. One thing I enjoyed about being an ABH is working on the flight deck. You get to go outside, see sunlight every day. You're not stuck in the middle of the ship where it's all dark and everything. Sunlight, fresh air, except for when the planes are going. When the planes are going, you're inhaling a lot of fumes, exhaust, and stuff like that. So I would get qualified as an ABH, but because I'm not an ABH, there's certain things I couldn't do and certain things I could do. So because of me being Undes, I couldn't go to the Crash and Salvage I wanted to at the time because they had made a rule where they didn't want Undes people, they wanted actual rated people to go Crash and Salvage. So that took me off of that agenda right away. So while I was with the ABH, I started getting my shipboard quals, which is my DC quals, my maintenance quals, stuff like that. Airpin quals. So I got my airpin and surface pin as being undesignated ABH. I got to the ship and I was already eligible to strike because before they made this new rule with being on the ship for a year, I came in before that, so I was able to start putting in for rates right away because I was already E3. So me putting in rates, I put in rates for 24 months and I didn't get selected until like the 25th month. Me getting selected at the 25th month, I still had to wait till the next test cycle to take the test and actually become that rate. The options you get as jobs and openings like that, it all depends on the month that's available. So the month, say October comes, there's only about 4 or 5 jobs that's available that month. It's not gonna be the ones you want or whatever, but you're gonna still have to put in for jobs. So it's all what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's not what you really think it is. So you're not looking at your paper. You get a list of paper with all the jobs you qualify. It's not looking at the paper and saying, oh, I'm eligible for this, so I'm gonna pick this. Well, if it doesn't show up, you can't pick it. So you can only pick the jobs that show up, and then you have to go through a phase where you get selected for it or you don't get selected for it. So like I said, it has its ups and downs, but as being Undes, get qualified in your shipboard stuff or your squadron stuff, whatever platform you're on, get qualified. Being qualified helps you get selected for a rate. When they see somebody that has their air pin or their surface pin or all their DC quals, some maintenance quals, stuff like that, when they see those type of quals on an undesignated airman, it makes you look above a lot of more airmen so that you're competing against for that job. One thing I would say is do your research before you choose a rate. Do your research. Look at what rates the Navy has to offer. That way you know what you're getting yourself into. If you're already Undes and you want to transfer to a different department, it would be kind of hard, but talk to your chain of command. Let them know that this is what you want to do and stuff like that. That way they know what you're interested in and they can talk to the person that they know about that rate and see if they can get you there or not. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's a saying that goes around.
Alright, so you got an in-depth view of how it is APAC and coming in and what you have to go through. He came in when I came in, so if you had to rate being undesignated on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate it?
Depends on where you go. But like we got lucky. We got AIMD and they have a lot of quals, so we're always going to be working on our quals regardless. But if you're like flight deck or
Air department.
Air department or weapons, you won't have that much time.
Yeah.
That's just not. You can't add time into your day regardless, because you're always going to be up there working. You can't. The only quals you're going to be working up there is probably flight deck.
Yeah, you ain't even give it a rate.
I would rate it fluctuates basically on everybody's opinion.
All right, so he ain't give a rate. Like everything on the ship, it is what you make it.
Yep.
If you already choose it, make the best of it. Just get through it. I already chose it, so we already chose it. He came out of it fine. I'm gonna come out of it fine. He gonna come out of it fine. So it just take a little longer, but as long as you on top of your stuff, you be all right.
Stay motivated.
Stay motivated, and don't wait for stuff to come to you. And if you wonder why I got a sombrero on, because we in Hong Kong and I'm happy. That's exactly why I got a sombrero on. So I'm not trying to see down in the comments, why you got a sombrero on? Why you got a sombrero on? Because I want to, and I'm happy. I'm happy I'm making more videos. I'm happy about everything. And that's all I got for you. I'm not gonna give you no mean outro because the video probably long enough. And deuces. I don't know what they are. Look. Look at the engine.
You listen to Eli Beats.